The use of any firearm without proper training in safety and firearm usage is extremely dangerous. It is highly recommended that anyone owning or using a firearm attend a certified firearms safety course and practice proper firearm procedures. The views and opinions expressed on the K-Gun Show are those of the individuals and does not reflect the views and opinions of the K-Gun Show, R&R Firearms, or Talkwad Studios.
Straight from Talkwad Studios in beautiful sunny Tampa, Florida, this is the K-Gun Show. The Second Amendment needs our voice. We bring you the latest information about all firearms while revisiting some of the true classics in the industry. We are NRA certified instructors, and as always, safety and education is our first priority. The K-Gun Show is brought to you by R&R Firearms.
Good evening and welcome to the K-Gun Show. I'm your host, JR, and a little bit about myself. I've been around guns since my grandfather taught me to shoot in the hills of West Virginia. I have taken many NRA classes over the years, and I'm currently an NRA certified instructor. I hold a license to conceal in several states. I am also the manager at R&R Firearms, which is a federal firearms dealer. Today, my co-host Catherine Frank will not be joining us, and we will hopefully talk to her soon and hopefully get her back. As always, we like to go through the 3 basic NRA safety rules, which is a very important safety rules. And if you follow these safety rules, most of the time you'll always be safe. And these are the 3 basic rules that you'll learn in any NRA course. And if you don't follow these 3 simple rules, you're not going to pass the course. And you also weren't paying attention because they must have said them a dozen times during that course. So the 3 basic NRA safety rules are: always keep your firearm pointed in a safe direction, always keep your finger off the trigger until ready to shoot, and always keep the gun unloaded till ready to use it. Today's topic: everybody has heard about names like Glock, Smith & Wesson, Beretta, Ruger, and SIG. Well, today we decided to bring in a few 9mm firearms that people haven't heard about, or maybe not have heard about it. It's not a well-known name like the Glock. So we're going to give you 5 alternative 9mm pistols. R&R Firearms was happy to bring them in today, and we get to show them today. And we got 5 of them. They're going to be a great little handguns, and they're alternate handguns if you're looking for something other than a Glock or a Smith & Wesson that everybody tries to sell you and everybody says are the best firearms out there, which they're good. They're great firearms, but we want to show a few different firearms this week. So after this commercial break, we're actually going to bring out these 5 firearms and show them to you. So be right back after a few words from our sponsors, R&R Firearms.
R&R Firearms provides their customers with the time and education they need to make purchasing a firearm a safe and easy transaction. R&R Firearms also offers NRA training courses, including the training needed for your Florida Concealed Firearms license. Please stop by our offices at 1411 16th Street North in St. Petersburg, or visit our website at rrfirearms.com. Appointments are available to fit your busy schedule. Please call area code 727-822-7900. That's 727-822-7900.
Well, welcome back. We're filming here live in Tampa like we do every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. And in front of me, I have 5 boxes that we're going to dig into right now. And the first one is the Hi-Point. The Hi-Point firearm is a nice little, comes in a little cardboard box. Not that impressive box, but this firearm is under $200. That's right, you heard it, under $200. So you can't expect a really sturdy box for $200. But let's open up the box and see what we get. Inside, we have a nice little 9mm. And just to remind everybody, we do follow NRA safety rules, so there is no live ammunition. What you see down here are orange dummy bullets, so they're not going to hurt anybody, and so we can show the action of the firearm. So here's a 9mm Hi-Point. This gun is 100% American made. made right here in the USA and put together. It's a little bit heavy, a little bit heavier than most firearms, but it's a solid firearm. It's all metal. Like I said before, it's affordable. It's under $200. What's nice about this firearm, it also comes with a lifetime warranty, no questions asked. So you're thinking spending $200, what kind of reliability is it, or is it going to break on me because I'm only spending $200? Well, you send it back and they'll fix it or send you a new one. So you can't beat $200 with a lifetime warranty. This firearm comes in calibers of .45, comes in a .40 Smith & Wesson, comes in a 9mm Ruger, which we have here. It also comes in a .380. So a little bit more about this gun. The barrel length is 3.5 inches. The overall length of the firearm is 6.75 inches. It weighs 29 ounces. The frame is high impact polymer. The finish is a black powder coat. The capacity in the magazine is 8 clips. That's what comes with it. It comes with one 8-round magazine. You can also buy a 10-round magazine. So as you know, 8 rounds, it's not hard to fill the magazine up, as I'm doing now with these dummy shots. The sights are 3 dots which are fully adjustable sights. It does have a safety feature here, which a lot of your new handguns do not have a safety, but this one does. It does have the three sights, which are nice. Very smooth action. And of course, this one still has the tag in it. Let's see if we can't get it out here, so we can actually show the slide. There we go. So very smooth. Nice looking gun. Comes in, like I said, 9mm. This is 9mm. It does come included a safety lock, trigger lock, which, as you know, whenever you buy a new handgun, it's the responsibility of the retailer to provide you with a handgun with a safety lock. And this one comes from the manufacturer with a safety lock, so that's very nice. The retailer doesn't have to buy one, and the customer gets one. It does come, and that's about it. It only comes with 1 clip, but at $200, you can't expect too much more for a handgun for $200. Nice little gun if you want an extra handgun laying around the house in a different room that you're going to lock up, or something you want to keep on the boat or at the camp. But of course, wherever you keep it, make sure you do keep it locked up. But not bad for $200. A different alternative, beats paying $600 or more for a Glock or one of the Smith & Wessons. So not a bad little gun. And like I said, lifetime warranty, so, if it does break, you're not out your $200, you ship it back to High Point Firearms, and they'll ship you a new one. Next one is the Bersa. Bersa, like most guns today, come in a nice hard plastic case. This gun is from Argentina, imported from Argentina. Nice looking little gun. It has a 1-year warranty. But if you do fill out the registration card with Bersa, you can get an extended lifetime warranty to the original purchaser. So if you buy this gun brand new and you register it with Bersa, you will get a lifetime warranty on the gun. I do like this gun a little bit better than the High Point. It's just a little bit, fits nicer in my hand. It's a nicer, I think, a carry gun than the High Point. But it's probably going to have a bigger kick because it's not as heavy as the High Point. The calibers, this comes in the same calibers as the High Point. It comes in a .45, it comes in a .40, it comes in a 9mm Ruger, it comes in a .380, and it also comes in a .22 long rifle. So this one actually has the extra caliber of the .22. Nice looking gun. It's a nice looking gun. So the barrel length is 32 inches. The overall length of the gun is 6.35. It weighs 21.5 ounces, which is less than the High Point. It is a high impact polymer it's made of. This particular gun has dual tone finish, which is nice. It has, just like the High Point, an 8 magazines. So 8 rounds in the magazine, 1 in the chamber. This one does not come with a 10, it only comes with 8. Nice, smooth. Very nice firearm. Nice release. I do know on the Bersa they also have a nice feature. This one will not fire without the clip in it. So with no clip, it won't fire. So that's a nice little safety feature. It has to have a clip in it, a magazine in it to fire. Rear sights are interchangeable with the Glock type sights. The front sight is also interchangeable with the SIG type sights, so you do have options. This firearm does come in the box with a second magazine, which is nice, and it comes with the extra, I believe this is the extra sights. This one does not come with a trigger lock, so your manufacturer would have to give you, or your retailer would have to give you a trigger lock with that when you bought it new. But just like the Hi-Point, comes with a lifetime warranty if you're the original owner, which is a nice little feature. One thing about the Hi-Point, the warranty follows the firearm. So if you did sell your Hi-Point to somebody else, they do have a lifetime warranty with that firearm, regardless of who sells it. The Bersa, it only gives a lifetime warranty for the person who purchased it originally. This firearm retails for just under $500, so it is more expensive than the Hi-Point. As you can see from the case, it's going to be a little more expensive gun, but it's a nice looking gun, and this is something I would carry. It feels nice in my hand, and it's just the right weight, so this is something I think I would carry on a daily basis. I don't think I'd carry the Hi-Point. The Hi-Point is something I think I would keep as an extra firearm in a house or the cottage or something. So moving on, let's see what we have next. Next we have the FMK, and if you tuned in last week, we had a nice 30-minute talk about the FMK with the FMK manufacturer, but we're going to go through the bullet points of the FMK again because it fits in that 9mm category that has alternate options other than your typical Glock and Smith & Wesson. Like I mentioned last week, the FMK comes in a very nice case. It's very sturdy, has 2 locking points so you can lock it. Like the Hi-Point, it is American made, 100%. This firearm retails for under $400. So compared to the Glock, which retails over $600, it's a nice comparable gun. It has a lot of similar features like the Glock. This gun, like the Hi-Point, also comes with a lifetime, or I'm sorry, not like the Glock, but like the Bersa, comes with a lifetime warranty to the original buyer. So the original buyer, if he buys it new from a reputable firearms dealer, he will get a lifetime warranty with the firearm. Unfortunately, this firearm only comes in 9mm caliber right now, but they do have other calibers coming out in the near future. I've been told they'll let us know as soon as they come out with it, and we'll get one down here so we can take a look at it. So looking forward to that new FMK caliber. This particular gun, this particular FMK is 4 inches long in the barrel. The overall is 6.85 inches. It weighs 23.45 ounces. The frame is polymer. It comes in a black, it comes in a dark earth color, and it also comes in a pink. So for those ladies that like the pink stuff, we can get a pink firearm, which is a great little color for the pink girls. It also has dual tone finish, which is the dark earth or the pink, because you'll have pink on the bottom and the stained black up top. The capacity is a 14-shot magazine, which is what it comes with, and it also has a 10-round magazine. So when you do have, in the states that only require 10-round magazines or less, you are legal with this gun. This gun does come with 2 magazines right out of the box. Nice little feature. And let's pop one in here and see what it does. Like last week, we mentioned this one has a patent red little dot that pops out. This little red dot pops out when it is armed, so you know it's armed, so there's no doubt in your mind that you have a round in the chamber, and you can feel it with your thumb. So if you have your hand over, you can feel that, which is a great feature. You always know when your firearm is loaded. You can't go wrong with that. Nice action, just like they all have nice actions. This one does have the safety trigger within the trigger, just like the Glock. Nice little feature. Great little firearm. It does have the fixed 3 dots with trade outs, meaning you can trade out the back. It comes with different ones and the front. So if you're shooting a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, you can fine tune your aiming with the sights. Great little feature. This one does not come with the trigger lock, so therefore you'd have to make sure your dealer gives you a trigger lock when you purchase the firearm, which all retailers, including R&R Firearms, will give you a trigger lock with the firearm, even if it doesn't come from the manufacturer. It's by law that we have to, so every dealer that you buy a firearm from, regardless if it's a handgun or a rifle, should come with a trigger lock. Nice action. Great little firearm. look forward to shooting this one. Look forward to actually shooting all of these ones out in the range. Let's see what we have next. The next one is the Walther. Now, I know a lot of people have heard of the Walther, so I can't claim this as being a no-name gun. Everybody's heard of Walther since James Bond's used it in his movies. So I can't say the Walther is a firearm that has a no name to it. But I wanted to bring out this Walther because it's the Walther PPX. It's a nice looking firearm. It's nice and bulky. It's mean looking. I mean, this is something like Sylvester Stallone would wear in his movies. You know, it's one of those guns that, you know, if you're out hunting and you want a sidearm, this is the gun you're going to take. If you want to show it off, you know, or go to the range, this is going to be one of those bulky guns that you're going to take. As people know, Walther is made by Germans, and it's imported here to the U.S. It retails for just under $500. The PPX comes in a 9mm Ruger or a 40 Smith & Wesson. It's a great little gun, And just to give a little history about it, the Walther PPX features, here are all the features you look for a duty pistol at the price you can make you look twice. The new PPX offers a smooth trigger, ambiguous magazine release, and 3 integral safeties, rugged construction, and famous Walther aerobic grip, it feels strong. It's not going to slip out of my hand. Walther performance design comes to defense and your pocketbook. Like I said, this one is under $500. All these firearms are on sale at R&R Firearms. If you want a good deal, just mention the K-Gun Show and they'll actually give you a good deal on it. They're ranging anywhere from $20 to $100 off retail. So any of these guns is a great deal going on right now at R&R Firearms. So a little more details about the PPX. The barrel is 4 inches in length. The overall length is 7.3 inches. It weighs about 27 ounces. The frame is a polymer frame. The finish is a black blue. The capacity is a 16-round magazine plus 1 in the chamber. That's right, 16 rounds. The Glock only does 14 plus 1 in the chamber. This one does 16, which that gives you an extra round over the Glock. And I'm sure if we did all 16 rounds in here, it's going to be a little hard. As you know, 16 rounds in any magazine is tough to put in. The sights are adjustable on this Walther. It's very similar to 3-dot sights like we've seen in all 3 guns. Nice, low, smooth action. It's a great gun. Has a square, has the pigtail like the FMK, so you can put the accessories on in that you could see on Glocks. Overall, a nice little firearm. Let's see if I have any more information about this. So, we have 5 nice firearms here. If you want to give us a call, feel free to give us a call. We'll put the number up on the screen here so you can give us a call after the break. And we can talk more about the 5 firearms. If you have any questions about price or warranty or any questions about what makes a good firearm. This one does, I didn't mention it, it does have 2 magazines in the box. That comes with it, the 2 16 rounds. This one does come with a trigger lock right from the manufacturer, so you're covered there. And let's see, anything else? Instruction manuals like most guns, you know, and it's a nice clip, and it does have a locking device on here so you can lock the case too. So overall, a nice firearm. So we have 5 nice 9mm firearms here. If you're interested in any of them or have any questions, feel free to give us a call tonight or give R&R Firearms a call. And that's all I have for you about the firearms. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll talk a little bit more. And I want to talk about holsters when we come back, so we'll be back in a few minutes.
R&R Firearms provides their customers with the time and education they need to make purchasing a firearm a safe and easy transaction. R&R Firearms also offers NRA training courses, including the training needed for your Florida Concealed Firearms license. Please stop by our offices at 1411 16th Street North in St. Petersburg, or visit our website at rrfirearms.com. Appointments are available to fit your busy schedule. Please call area code 727-822-7900. That's 727-822-7900.
And it looks like we're back here at R&R Firearms. We did have a caller call in, and hopefully he'll call back here and we'll get him back online. If you want to call the show, you can call the K-Gun Show at 813-440-6570 and press option 3, which will come here live to the studio so we can talk about these firearms. One thing I want to mention, some people are afraid to buy firearms that they don't know the name of it because they're afraid that they can't find a holster to fit the firearm, and they're afraid that the generic holsters fit more like the Glock and the Smith & Wesson, so they're afraid to buy some of these no-name firearms. Well, our friends at MSB Concealment Holsters, Michael, which we had on our show a couple weeks ago, makes custom holsters for any firearm. And I do have one here that fits my Glock. It's a nice firearm and a nice holster, and it looks like we have the caller back. So, Chris, who's on the line with us today?
Hi, this is Mike.
Hey, Mike, we were just talking about you. Glad you could call in. I was telling our users about holsters and that you make custom holsters for just about any firearm. And I was wondering, is it a problem for you to make a holster for any of the firearms that we're showing you here today, like the FMK or the Bersa or the Walther PPX?
No, absolutely not. I can make a holster for just about anything that you have there. Not only that, but with my type, with the holsters that I make, if you happen to put a light or a laser or something like that on the firearm, it's almost impossible to find a holster for it. So what I do is I custom make all the holsters to whatever device that you may happen to put on there.
Great. So you can customize your firearm to your liking with laser sights, flashlights, or anything you want, and then send it off to you, and you'll make a custom holster for it.
That is correct.
That's nice.
I also make mag pouches for the extra magazine that you always want to carry with you, and if you happen to have a big knife or something like that, we can also make knife sheaths also.
Great. And have you made any custom holsters for any of these firearms that I have out here?
For the Walther PPKs, yes, I have. For Walther PPKs, for PPKS, for several different Walthers, yes, I have.
Very good. Have you made any for the Bersa?
Yes, I have for a Bersa.
Great. So, and if you haven't made them before, how do you get the mold from the firearm if you haven't made one before for that particular firearm?
In a lot of cases, what I have to do is I actually get the firearm from the customer sometimes.
Okay.
If not, then I also have the availability at one of my other gun shops that I work for that we can also get a firearm from them.
Gotcha. And how long?
Or in some cases, they actually have the customer send me the firearm.
And if the customer has to send you the firearm, how long does it normally take for you to get the firearm back to the customer, or how long is he without his firearm?
The usual turnaround time is about 2 weeks. That gives me time to make the holster, shipping, and everything else, because each holster is custom made right directly to that firearm.
Gotcha. And can you receive firearms from outside of the state of Florida?
I believe so, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, if you can't, you can receive them through us. They can send them to us, and then we can hand them off to you, and you can do your molding, and we can ship them back for you.
That is correct.
So
they can just they can ship them to you, and then we can get them taken care of through there.
Sounds great. And if any firearms that you buy from R&R Firearms, if you do want a custom holster from MSB, just let us know. We can get, if he doesn't have a mold for your particular firearm, we can send your firearm over there, and before you pick it up, have him custom mold it, so that way when you pick up the firearm from the shop, you have your holster ready to go. And I believe you do both inside and outside holsters, correct?
That is correct. Inside the waistband holsters, which is my most popular, and outside the waistband holsters, yes.
Yes, and I carry your inside holster with my Glock 19. I love it. I use it all the time. And I think my next carry firearm is going to be this little Bersa 9mm. So I'm going to have to get that firearm over to you so you can make a mold for that one, so I can start carrying that one. I'm anxious to shoot that one and try that one. I think I'm going to switch that one over my Glock. I'm not sure why yet, but it's time to switch things up, I think.
There you go. I personally have about 4 or 5 different firearms that I carry at different points in time. So I have holsters for all of them. So as you learn to operate a firearm proficiently, you want to start carrying it, we can make you a holster for it.
Nice. And you can also do mag pouches and knife sleeves. So you always want to have a second magazine with you. And depending on the size you really don't want to carry that magazine in your pocket with your keys and everything else. That's how magazines get damaged. And if magazines get damaged, they don't perform correctly. And the worst thing you can do is have a magazine not performing correctly in the middle of a life-threatening situation. So it's a good idea to have a mag pouch with the magazine.
That is correct, because I've actually heard of people carrying extra magazines in their pocket. Well, they don't realize they have any change. They go to pull that magazine out, and guess what? There's a dime sticking in there. It's not going to function too well in that firearm.
That's right. You won't even get in the firearm if there's a dime sticking in there. And that's the last thing you want is a dime, 10 cents to stop you from living or dying in a life-threatening situation. So, well, thank you for calling in, Mike, and we look forward to hearing from you again. And keep us informed whenever you have some new products coming out. Make sure you give us a call, and we'll get them on the K-Gun Show.
I certainly will. And if anybody calls in and mentions the K-Gun Show, mentions R&R Firearms, they get 10% off.
There you go. Well, we appreciate that, Mike, and that's a great little deal. So remember, call Mike. If you need his name and number, give us a call. We'll get it to you. And just mention R&R Firearms at the K-Gun Show, and you'll get 10% off. And in 2 weeks, you'll have a nice custom holster. Thank you, Mike. You have a good evening.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next week on our show, at the K-Gun Show here, we're going to have 2 Special Forces team members on the show, and they're going to debate between 2 of their favorite firearms. One Special Force likes his Glock, the other one likes his Beretta, and they're going to come on the show with us next week and debate between the Glock and the Beretta. It should be a pretty interesting show to see 2 Special Forces tell us why they like the Glock over the Beretta or vice versa. And, we'll let you decide who wins. You'll make your own judgment after hearing these 2 Special Forces people talk about their Glock and their Beretta. It should be a great little show, and we look forward to seeing those on our show next week. One thing I wanted to talk a little bit about, stories that don't make the news. We always hear about stories nationwide about criminals using guns to commit crimes. But we never hear about those stories when a law-abiding citizen uses their firearm to prevent a crime. So I wanted to talk about that, and I'm going to try to get you one of these stories every week so you know and hear about true stories about law-abiding citizens using their firearm to defend themselves or their family. Let's see, in Raleigh, North Carolina, a man uses an AR-15 to fight off armed home invader. This was reported by WRAL of Raleigh, North Carolina on 5/11/14, which is a couple weeks ago. Jonathan was asleep at his home in Henderson, North Carolina, when he awakened to a knock at his door. He initially ignored the knock, but he was followed by a loud bang. He retrieved his AR-15 rifle and went to investigate. As he moved through the hallways, he spotted an intruder armed with a gun. The intruder fired at him, who responded by shooting the criminal in his stomach. The home invader fled the home, but collapsed nearby. Police captured a wounded intruder along with the accomplice that was acting as the getaway driver at the nearby hospital. So here is a law-abiding citizen who owned the AR-15 legally and defended himself and his home when an armed intruder came into the house. Now, if the guy would have came in the house and shot up the guy, we would have heard about that nationwide. But because the gentleman who owned the house defended himself, nobody heard about it but locally in Raleigh, North Carolina. These stories is why everybody doesn't know. I mean, we need to get these stories out. We need to get stories out that when a homeowner protects himself and his family, law-abiding citizens protected. That should be a nationwide story. And if this story was turned around, like I said, everybody would know about it and everybody would be complaining about guns are bad, but we never hear about the good things. Another one is an elderly man fells intruder. The St. Louis Post-Dispatch, St. Louis, Missouri, was posted on 5/8 from KTVI, St. Louis, Missouri. The crime happened on 5/8/14. An elderly resident of St. Clair County, Illinois, was inside his home when he heard a sound of a breaking glass. The homeowner called the police, retrieved a pistol, and went to investigate. Upon discovering the intruder, the homeowner shot the criminal. The intruder fled but collapsed and died in the home's driveway. So here's another instance when a homeowner had a licensed firearm. Somebody broke into it looking to rob him or cause bodily harm to him. He shot him, and we never hear about this incident. And this is, a success of why firearms are important to be in everyday households. And, we don't hear about this. Now, if this guy would have came in and shot him, it would have made nationwide news. But because we defend ourselves, we never heard about it. So that's just one of those things that, these are stories. And we get these every day. There's a story about a homeowner or a law-abiding citizen saving somebody else. Why defending, using his legal gun to defend. Here's another one. A man defends himself against armed robber in a parking lot. This was out of Houston, Texas, just a few days ago, 5/22. Reported by KPRC in Houston, Texas. While walking through a parking lot of an apartment complex in Houston, Texas, a man was confronted by an armed robber who demanded his belongings. The man responded by drawing a gun and shooting the robber twice, causing the thief to flee. Police captured the criminal a short time later at a local hospital. Here you go. Here's another citizen that was protected himself, right for freedom, right to bear arms, and he drew his firearm to defend himself, and he walked away free and clear, and the robber was locked up at the local hospital. Like I said, if this was the other way around, we would have heard about this nationwide, but nobody heard about this unless you actually look for this. Well, that's all we have today. We're out of time. And tune in next week. It should be a great show with the Glock versus Beretta, with two Special Forces team members coming to debate Glock versus Beretta. We'll see you next Wednesday, 8 o'clock, filming live right here at Tampa Bay at Talkwad Studios. Thank you and good night.
This program was brought to you by the Internet Broadcasting Organization, setting the standard for new media broadcasting.